My name is Amy van de Putte from fastforwardamy.com, and I have an online business school where I coach entrepreneurs to turn their passion into profits. And I have made over 1 million in online sales with Plug&Pay. A few years ago, I was getting ready to buy my dream house, and I was waiting for the okay from the bank to get the loan. The bank finally called me, and they told me, "Hey Amy, we've decided you're aiming too high for a young woman your age, and we're not going to give you the loan." And I remember standing there thinking, wait, but I just closed 200,000 euros in sales in the past week. How is this possible? I was feeling incredible self-doubt. Up until the point that I finally got the gist of that quote, like, show the haters who told you you couldn't do it that you could do it. And I decided then and there that they were not going to tell me what I could and couldn't do. If need be, I was going to make the money for the house cash. 2 months later, I was able to say that I did exactly 915,000 euros in sales in only 2 months' time, and I bought my house without that bank. All the time I hear people say, I have this idea, but I don't often hear people say, I did this thing. And I always want to get people from, I have this idea, to, I did this thing. So what I sell are action-packed coaching programs where you learn how to set up the right business model and make money while having happy customers, but you get to be happy in your business as well. I do this inside of my program, the Business Freedom Elevator, which I created fully based on how I built my first business and how I have helped over 1,500 people build their own businesses that got them financial independence. The way that I have always sold very successfully to my clients is by being extremely transparent, by having a very clear offer, building up a wait list, and then saying, okay, that day, noon, you're gonna get the email with the invite. And it's like Tomorrowland ticket sales. I send out the email, I see the analytics, and clients just keep rolling in. To this day, we've had over 8 multi-six-figure launches, over 14 50K plus sales days, and most of those days have always come from pre-order launches. How do I fill my wait list? Your first sale should come from people who actually just want your product. What a lot of people think they need to do is they need to have the perfect product and everything figured out perfectly before they start selling something. I always go about it completely the opposite way. When we are selling, we always calculate backwards, and for each launch we know that we can count on like a 10 to 16% conversion rate based on our wait list. So we'll just have a sales target. Okay, if we want 100 sales, we know we need between 600 and 700 people on the wait list. We will host an event or podcast episodes that get people to the wait list. Basically, we don't launch unless we have 700 people on the wait list. I actually started using Plug&Pay in a little bit of an atypical fashion because I had a ton of leads, and I did this 4-day challenge in my Facebook group, and I was getting people ready to buy, and I was gonna open the doors of my launch in early bird phase, and all of a sudden I saw people on the checkout, but no one was buying. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what's happening? And I literally didn't know what was happening. Turns out that the system I was using had a limit for the payments, and people were literally not able to purchase. So every minute that was ticking by, I was losing customers, Luckily, I'd set up a Plug&Pay account. I was like, oh, I'm quickly gonna just make a new checkout page. And within 60 minutes of like the launch failing, I was able to rectify it, send my clients a new email, give them a checkout link, and people started paying. And since that moment, I've been very loyal to Plug&Pay because it is so easy and quick to set up. My favorite thing about Plug&Pay is actually 2 things. One, that my clients can pay in different terms, because I know I can help people, but I know they don't always have the financial buffer to pay in full right away. So with Plug&Pay, I know that I can just offer them the option to have a payment plan. That way I can tell clients, hey, you're getting the exact same things as clients who are paying in full are getting, yet you can extend your payments, and that way you can start making money before you're actually spending the money for the program. The second thing that I really love about Plug&Pay, it has a really great way to create the invoices. So I used to work with American systems, and then my accountant would always be like, well, there are no correct invoices, the VAT numbers aren't on there, and if you then create payment plans, it's just a shit show, let's be honest. With Plug&Pay, not only can I offer the payment plans, but I can make sure that accounting-wise, everything is in order, both for me as well as for my clients, and they just have the perfect invoices for each payment term that they're doing. If I would start over in today's economy, what I would do is the following. I would go to TikTok and I would look at that as being my growth account. I'd generate a new audience really quickly. From there, I would cross-pollinate them to my Instagram account, where I would convert them through middle of funnel reels, where you get people to your email list, for example, with a mini chat integration. And I would use my stories for behind the scenes to make a lot more connection with my potential customers. In my email lists, I would then nurture people. I would send them to my podcast, and also just from Instagram, send them to my podcast. I would get them to trust me with my funny emails or jokes in my podcast, and from the podcast and the email list, I would then get people to buy. My goal for the future is to scale my business from 5 to 10 million in the leanest way possible, and I'm gonna take my clients with me while they are hitting their first 10K months, their 100K goals, their $500,000 goals, their $1 million goals. And I can't wait to create this mini economy of fast forward entrepreneurs who are all making money while they're doing what they love.